Hi and welcome to the third video in this accounting for share capital series. So in the first video we went through the concepts, the share issue process and the accounting treatment, and in the second one we did a simple problem. So if you have still not watched those two videos, I highly recommend that you check them out as well. Just click here and watch those two, because there I have taught you the basics. So if you didn't understand that, this will absolutely make no sense. So if you are not familiar with the accounting treatment, I recommend you watch that before watching this. So ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗಲೇ ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಫುಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ, ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. A Limited invited applications for 40,000 shares of 100 each at a premium of 20 per share. Amount payable on application is 40, on allotment 40, and that includes premium. So hangandre 20 on allotment and 20 on premium. 25 on first call and 15 on second and final call. The application were received for 50,000 shares and allotment was made on pro rata basis. So, and the excess money on application was adjusted against the sums due on allotment. So they invited for only 40,000 shares, but the applications were received for 50,000 shares. Allotment was made on pro rata basis. So what that means is 50,000 received, but only 40,000 invited. So in that case, they issue on a pro rata. So how that works is, if someone applied for 5 shares, they were allotted only 4 shares. So in this way, all the applications will be honored. It's just that they'll get less than what they actually applied for. And any extra amount they have paid will be adjusted against allotment. So ಒಬ್ಬರು ಯಾರಾದರೂ 5 ಶೇರ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರೀ 4 ಶೇರ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ನ ಅವರು ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮನಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, so let's do the first journal entry. So first is receipt of application money. For that, what we do is we debit bank debit, share application. So that is 50,000 applications at 40 each, so 20 lakhs. Now share application will be closed by transferring it to share capital account, to share capital. Now we are going to transfer only 40,000 shares, right? So 40,000 into 40 will give us 16 lakhs, which means the remaining 4 lakhs goes to share allotment. So the excess money is adjusted against sum due on allotment. Okay, next journal entry is allotment money becomes payable. So that is share allotment debit to share capital. So allotment money is 40 per share into 40,000 shares. So you see 40, but that includes premium, which means only 20 goes to the share capital. The remaining 20 goes to securities premium. So 40 into 40,000 will give us 16 lakhs. To the share capital, 20 goes. And the remaining 20 will go to the securities premium reserve, because that's not share capital, it's the premium. So 20 into 40,000 will give us 8 lakhs. And this will be 8 lakhs as well. ಸೊ ಈ 40 ರೂಪಾಯಿದಲ್ಲಿ 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಇನ್ನು 21 ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಮ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ರಿಸರ್ವ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ Divya, to whom 600 shares were allotted, failed to pay the allotment money and her shares were forfeited after the allotment. So what that means is everybody except Divya have paid the allotment money. So ignore allotment due bandu 16 lakhs. Okay, so 16 lakhs is the allotment money due. But during the time of application itself, we have received an extra 4 lakhs which we have adjusted against allotment. So what that means is we just need to get the remaining amount. So we only have to get 12 lakhs. Now Divya was allotted 600 shares and she has not paid the allotment money. So allotment money is 40 rupees. So she has totally not paid 24,000. So what that means is the remaining 11,76,000 was received. Okay, so that's what we will enter here. So bank debit. Now the problem says that her shares were forfeited after allotment. So allotment is done, so now we have to forfeit her shares. So the way we do that is just reverse the entries we have done for her. ಸೊ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ನ ನಾವು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅವಳದು ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅವಳ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು 600 shares, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್? 40 was called for application and 20 on allotment, because the remaining 20 is the premium. So that will be separate. So totally 60 was called. So that was 36,000. Now we also created securities premium reserve, which includes Divya's shares as well, assuming that she's going to pay the premium, but now she has not paid the allotment money, which includes the premium. Therefore we have to reduce this premium reserve as well. So we'll give a debit to this one. So Divya ಬಂದು 600 sharesಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಮ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಇವಾಗ ಅವಳು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ 600 into 20, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಸ್ 12,000. ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಫಿಟೆಡ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೋರ್ಫಿಟೆಡ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್ ದ 40 rupees. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 600 into 40. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 24,000. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ನಾವು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಶೇರ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ 600 into allotment money was 40 rupees, right? So 600 into 40. So that will give us 24,000. Okay, so that's done. Now the next point says Anusha, who applied for 1,000 shares, failed to pay the 2 calls and her shares were forfeited after the second call. Now applied, so this is very important. You have to make sure you notice this word. It says applied, not allotted. So you will ಬಂದು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು 1,000 shares, ಬಟ್ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ 1,000 ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೋ ರಾಟಾ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ನಾವು ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ವಾಸ್ 4:5 ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ 4 ಶೇರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ 5 ಶೇರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಸಮ್ವನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಫಾರ್ 5 shares, they got only 4 shares. Now she has applied for 1,000 shares according to the problem. So how many shares were actually allotted to her? So the way we do that is just cross multiply. So 4 into 1,000 divided by 5. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ? 800. So Anusha was allotted only 800 shares. So now this is what we'll have to look at moving forward. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪ್ರೋರಾಟೋ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಳು 1,000 ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಬರೀ 800 shares. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ 800 sharesಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫೇಲ್ ಟು ಪೇ ದ 2 calls. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಾಲ್ ಮನಿ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಶೇರ್. We have forfeited 600 shares which belong to Divya, so which means we would have called for 39,400 shares into call money is 25. 9,85,000. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಈಗ ಇವಳು ಬಂದು ಕಾಲ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ entry for the receipt of the call amount. Now 800 shares amount ನಮಗೆ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅನುಷಾದಿಷ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವಳು ನಮಗೆ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ 39,400 shares we called, call money for 800 shares was not paid, which belonged to her. So the remaining shares are 38,600. So call money was received only for 38,600 shares. Okay, so what we do is 38,600 into call money was 25. So that will give us 9,65,000. Now the second call becomes payable as well. So for that we'll enter share second and final call to share capital. So now don't get confused, we have still not forfeited her shares, which means we'll be calling all the 39,400 shares. So ಅವಳು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಫರ್ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಕೂಡ 39,400 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ 39,400 ಇಂಟು 15 ಇಸ್ 5,91,000. ಇವಾಗ ಅವಳು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಶಿ ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಪೇ ಈವನ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಾಲ್. ಸೊ we'll be receiving money only for 38,600 shares into 15. So that will give us 5,79,000. Okay. Now the problem says her shares were forfeited after the second call. So now the second call is done. So now we are going to forfeit her shares. So to forfeit, we'll just reverse the entries, right? So share capital has a credit balance. So we'll reverse it by debiting it. And we are going to debit only the called up amount. So how much has been called? The whole thing has been called. Right, so that is full 100 rupees. So always keep in mind, we are not going to worry with the premium because she has already paid the premium. So if she has already paid, it's a loss for her and a gain for the company. So we are not going to touch the premium. So premium na ನಾವು ಮುಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಳು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ನಷ್ಟ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಬುಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಮ್ನ ಏನು ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ 800 shares into 100 per share. So that will be 80,000. Now to forfeited shares. Forfeited shares ಬಂದು paid up amount. So 800 shares into ಅವಳು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಬರೀ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇವೆರಡು ಅವಳು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ she has only paid 60 rupees. So 48,000. And then what has she not paid? Share second and first call. So ಅವೆರಡನ್ನ ಅವಳು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. Naturally we created an asset, like we created a receivable, but now she's not paying that. So that's why we'll close those assets by giving credit balance to the amount that's not received. So share first call and then share second call. So first call was for 800 into 25, and this will be 800 into 15. Okay, so now we have forfeited her shares. All right, now the problem says of the shares forfeited, 1,200 shares were reissued for 85 per share as fully paid, and out of those 1,200, the whole of Divya's shares were included. So 600, so we forfeited 600 shares. So out of this 1,200, 600 belong to what are the shares that we forfeited from Divya, and the remaining 600 will be from Anusha. So firstly, when we issue shares, we are getting the money, right? So that's why we will debit bank account. So now we are issuing 1,200 shares at 85, 1,02,000. So that's the amount we received, but the shares are issued as fully paid, which means the remaining 15 rupees is a discount. So that discount will be used from this forfeited shares. So as we have already seen, the maximum discount allowable cannot be more than what was forfeited. Okay, so if you don't understand this, as I said, just watch my previous videos, but in those I've explained. Anyway, so now discount is an expense, so naturally it should be debited, and from these forfeited shares account which have a credit balance, we'll be taking that discount. So forfeited shares, debit. Now the remaining discount is 15 plus 18,000. Now this is given to share capital because we have issued a new set of shares. So share capital will be 1,20,000. So 1,200 shares fully paid andre 1,20,000. So ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದಾಯಿತು. ಇವಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಫೊರ್ಫಿಟೆಡ್ ಶೇರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಫೊರ್ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, when the shares are forfeited, that money which is already received, which has been paid by the shareholder before the shares are forfeited, is like an income to the company. So it will just remain, and when the company reissues, it can allow a discount up to whatever amount has been received until forfeiture. Okay, so as I've already explained, and whatever remains after the discount has been applied is a profit to the company, and that will go to capital reserve. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ, ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಫೊರ್ಫಿಟೆಡ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ 24,000 ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಫೊರ್ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 24,000 ಅವಳು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಲು, ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಥರ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಈಗ ಕಂಪನಿ ಬುಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ 24,000 ಬಂದು 600 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶೇರ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ 40. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶೇರ್ಗೆ 40 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಬಂದು ಫುಲ್ 600 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಬರೀ 15 ರೂಪೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ 24,000ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶೇರ್ಗೆ 40 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಬರೀ 15 ರೂಪಾಯಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಇರೋದು ಇವಾಗ 25. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶೇರ್ಗೆ 25 ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ರಿಸರ್ವಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಶೇರ್ಗೆ 25 ಅಂದರೆ ಟೋಟಲಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ 600. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 15,000. ಸೊ 15,000 ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ನಮಗೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಟೋಟಲಾಗಿ 25,000 ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಬರೀ 9,000. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು 15 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶೇರ್ಗೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು 600 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಳದು 600 ಶೇರ್ಸ್, ಮಿಕ್ಕಿರೋ 600 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಅನುಷಾದು. ಸೊ 15 rupees for 600 shares is 9,000. So 9,000 is the actual discount allowed, and whatever remains is a profit, and that goes to capital reserve. So from Divya's shares, we have a capital reserve of 15,000. Now coming to Anusha's shares. So in Anusha's shares, when we forfeited her shares, there was a balance of 48,000. So 48,000 is for how many shares? 800 shares. So how much is the profit per share, or how much is the balance per share? Not profit, it's first balance. So 8 ones are 60. So 60 is the balance for each share. But we have given a discount of only 15 rupees, which means per share we have made a profit of 45. Okay, so now totally there are 800 shares there, but we have issued only 600 shares. So we can claim profit only for whatever has been reissued. So 45 per share into the number of shares that were reissued, which is 600. So 45 into 600 will give us 27,000. Okay. So the total is 15,000 and 27,000, which is 42,000. So this is the total profit that the company has made as a result of reissuing of forfeited shares. Now what will happen is this will be transferred to the capital reserve account. So this balance remains in share forfeiture account, so that will be transferred to capital reserve. So forfeited shares, so that will be 42,000. Okay, now the other thing is, sometimes the problem will also ask you what is the balance in the forfeited shares account. So I'll show you. Now, when we forfeited Divya's shares, we had a balance of 24,000. So the balance will remain in that share forfeiture account only if any shares are unissued. But illenagidi andre we have issued all the 600 shares, which means whatever balance or whatever profit we got has been transferred to capital reserve. So there's no balance in this forfeited shares account. Okay, now coming to Anusha's. So when we forfeited her shares, there was a balance of 48,000, but we forfeited 800 shares and we reissued only 600 shares, which means 200 shares still remain. So now we have to find out the value of those 200 shares. So it's just simple mathematics. So 48,000 rupees was there in the forfeited shares account. So that is for 800 shares, right? So for each share the value in the account is 60. Out of 800, we have issued only 200 shares. So if one share is worth 60, what is the worth of 200 shares? It is 12,000. So 12,000 is the balance in the share forfeiture account. So this will just be as a balance, and it will be shown in the balance sheet. Okay, just the profit that we made here, what we calculated here, will be transferred to the capital reserve. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ 48,000 ಬಂದು 800 ಶೇರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಫಾರ್ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ರೀಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಬರೀ 600, ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿರೋ 200 ಬಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ 200 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ 48,000 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 800. ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶೇರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. ಸೊ 800ಅಲ್ಲಿ 600 ನಾವು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇರೋದು ಬರೀ 200. ಸೊ 200 into 60 will give us 12,000. ಸೊ ದಟ್ 12,000 ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ಫೀಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so this problem is a little complicated, I understand, but I wanted to do it just to make sure you understand all the important aspects, because if you can understand this, it means that you have a good understanding of this chapter. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ just watch the video again, and you must be able to get it. And ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ watch even the previous few videos that I have put, and just click the card here and you must be able to watch that. So if you watch those two as well, you must be able to understand this. But anyway, if you had any more questions, just leave them in the comments and I will get back as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you have a nice day, and I will see you in my next one.